turns out that the word emotion seems to have been eliminated from many corporate vernaculars, right? We don't even talk, like how many times are you in meetings where you talk about emotion, right? Think about it this way. How many of you have been involved in projects that had functional requirements? So they say, raise your hand, like everyone raise their hand, right? Those are things where we say, okay, here's what the success criteria is for our business. How many have been involved in things that have emotional requirements? We're going into it, said, for us to succeed, customers need to feel like this. Raise it. So just so you know, everyone in front here, there are 2 people in the back of the room who raise their hands. So we don't even talk about emotions. Step 1 is we have to talk about emotions. We have to talk about our customers' emotions. It has to be part of our vernacular. And I'm going to give you a way to talk about it. We created this thing we call the 5 A's of an emotional response. Every time a customer interacts with your company, they have an emotional response on the range from being angry to adoring, right? Angry to adoring. And one of the things we've worked on with companies is how can they actually use this to discuss the emotions of their customers. So in some cases, we have companies thinking about their frontline employees, like a contact center, where we'll have them actually create a little checklist. So after every interaction, ask the agent, the frontline employee, how do you think the customer felt? Right? How do you think the customer felt? And what that does is 2 things. One is it gets the person to think about emotion, about the customer's emotion. We introduce the notion of the customer's emotion in the dialogue and in the mindset of those people who are interacting with customers. And then it also provides a really good coaching tool, right? Because if afterwards a supervisor or even a peer comes up and says, okay, we think that was an agitated customer. Why do you think he was agitated? What could we have done not so that he wasn't agitated? If it turns out that it's someone who's appreciative, why was that customer appreciative? What are the things that we can replicate? How's that different from other calls or other interactions we've had where the customer hasn't felt that way? So the first thing is we can talk about customer emotion. Just talking about it, raising it up the visibility, raises empathy of people towards customers.